Hi again, everyone. Tony Winston here. I'm going to do open voicings again today on the Wayne Shorter song, Fall. I believe I actually had a request for this a while back, and that person's probably gone off to some other channel in search of this song, but here it is. Anyway, it's really a great song. I remember listening to this many, many years ago. It's on the Nefertiti album by Miles Davis, and I'm using the original real book here. And this one's kind of complicated, so we're going to have to really dig into those open voicings today and see what we can come up with. So rather than play the song first, I'm going to go through it very slowly, talk about each chord. First chord here, it says C sharp minor 13, and you have to look up there and see what the melody note is. The melody note is the 11th of the chord. So quickly I'll put the root on the bottom, always. And I'll put the 5 in there for now, then the 7, and the 3rd, and the 11. Now, where's the 13? Okay, it could be way up there. That's 13 notes from the root. But, you know, you can put it down here, too. It doesn't matter what octave it's in. Now, I kind of think that's a nice chord, but my tendency would be to leave that out at first and just start with an 11th chord like that. Okay, what does he say here? He says, something Bobby Womack hipped to a long time ago is that when you're playing music today, it's important to give listeners simple chords first. They haven't learned to adapt to all of the substitute chords that musicians know. Then maybe in the second or third chorus, we can play more complex chords using substitute chords and such. All right, a great little series here, by the way, is the Dr. John Teaches New Orleans Piano. Now we've got B7 with a flat 9, and I see that the melody note is the 13. So root, 7th, 3rd, 13. And, you know, I'll go about halfway through the song and then play what we've got so far so you can hear how this all fits together. And it says put a flat 9 in, so there it is. That's my chord, okay? Pretty simple, kind of. Root, 7th, 3rd, gotta have those. And there's the 13 and the flat 9. And I leave out the 5 because with all those tensions, you know, 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths, the 5 kind of gives it too much stability, especially on a dominant 7th chord. So, all right, E7 sus. All right, the melody is the sus. So you don't want to put the 3rd in there. The sus usually means that the 3rd has been moved up, but I could maybe add a 9th to it. And the melody note gives you a nice 13. That's a pretty cool chord, C minor 6th. So there's my 6th, the 3rd and the 5th, and the melody note is a 9th. Beautiful chord. All right, then kind of the same thing again. 2, 3, 4. You know, this time I made it a minor 7th, and I think I just, you know, one thing about these real book charts, this is like maybe the way they played it one time. Herbie Hancock, I believe, was the piano player on the original recording, and believe me, he's going to use lots of different chords in here, substitute chords and stuff. So I kind of made that a minor 11th chord. And can't call it an open voicing because I just stacked those 3rds right up. But I could have made it an open voicing like that. That'd probably be better. 2, 3, second line again. 2, 3, 4. Reach it that way, maybe. Now, E flat major 7, sharp 11. All right, sharp 11 is the same as like a flat 5. So you probably want to leave the 5th out of this chord. So root, 3rd, 7th, 3rd again. And, you know, the melody note goes down to that sharp 11, so you could wait till then maybe to play it, or go ahead and play it. D major 7 with the 5th on top. All right, that's the chord. What could you add to that? Well, a major 7th chord will take a 9th very nicely. You could maybe put a sharp 11. That gives you kind of a Lydian sound. I think it's too close to the melody. You could add the 13 down here. But, you know, we could just keep it simple, too. 2, 3, 4. All right, beautiful chord right here. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Yeah, okay. D7. There's my D7. I see all those altered tensions up there, so I'm going to leave the 5 out, put the flat 9 in, put the sharp 11 in. Melody note is the 13. Now, you can't quite call this an altered chord because that means every tension is altered. While our 9 is altered, it's a flat 9. Our 11 is altered, it's a sharp 11, but the melody note is a regular 13. So if you wrote D7 altered, you know, you're going to have musicians playing that, and that's going to interfere with the melody, so let's not do it that way. You just write the chord out the way it is there. Oh, such a nice chord. G minor 11th, and even if it just was G minor 7th, you see the 11th there. And, you know, somebody asked about how do you train yourself to spot those tensions up there in the melody and then come up with the right chord. So we got G minor 11th. There's one voicing, root 5th, 7th and 3rd. You gotta have the 7th and the 3rd. Don't really need the 5, but let's put it in there. Or you could use this Kenny Barron voicing. Big 5s there, more 5s there. All right, and then you kind of have the same chord almost here, not really. B minor 9th. So there, got some 5s in there. Let's get rid of the 5s. Just do it like that. You can put them in, no problem. Either place. A flat major 7th, and then it's got the sharp 11. So, you know, just take your major 7th chord and then flat that 5, and you'll have the right chord there. So. F sharp 7th sus 4. Oh, Lordy. All right, whenever I see that sus 4 thing, I think of the root F sharp, and then I go down a whole step, E, and play a triad. All right, that gives you a sus chord. So that's the easiest way to do that. Put the melody note on top, get the E chord in the middle there. All right, here we get the B. So we've had this one before. And then a quick E minor 11th. And then, all right, here's the whole song. 2, 3, simple chords. 1, 2, Coolio, what a great song. As always, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the comments and subscriptions and all that.